Alright, welcome back to Master Duel. This is an exhibition match for the Exceed Festival that I had against Ilya. It's a very interesting Zoodiac mirror match. My opponent is Platinum 1, I'm Platinum 1. And basically, after I looked at his deck, I realized, hey, there's actually a lot of things I can do better with my deck. The reason I run Mekk Zoodiac is because Zoodiac has a very deadly flaw that, like, it very heavily depends on your normal summon. If your normal summon gets negated, you're completely boned. And my opponent runs pure Zoodiac. So here he just opens up with a Trident, and I decided, hey, I got a pretty good hand. I got max seed against Zoodiac. Basically, if I max seed a Zoodiac player, they can't really do much. They're opening with the Trident to try and interrupt my play, so I'm gonna Infinite Impermanence here and then go into my Zoodiac play. But it all depends on what I draw, and I believe I draw a Mekk Knight here. So Infinite Impermanence goes out, throws out the max seed, in which case, for whatever reason, because I didn't know his deck like I know my deck, because I just know that the weakness of Zoodiac is you don't have a special summon. But because of my hand, I had max seed for him, I had Nibiru, I had Solemn Judgment. I was like, I'm gonna take the max seed challenge, and I just end up giving him like 7 or 8 cards. So I'm like, alright, let's see what we can do here. I'm gonna take this challenge, because the idea here is it doesn't matter if he's carrying 10-20 cards, because Zoodiac has that deadly flaw of not being able to do anything outside of the normal summon. Or at least that's what I thought. Because that was the flaw that I was facing. So here I am going into a full Zoodiac rotation right here. Gave him like 10-20 cards. Kind of wish I had card destruction at this point. But anyways, I get my Drayden out, I pop his Drayden, and then I go for face. So here I feel like I'm sitting pretty, right? My opponent's actually got 9 cards in hand, which is really, really bad. But I got the Solemn Judgment right here, I got the Max C, I got Nibiru. Basically, like, if he normal summons, I'm gonna Solemn Judgment and hope that'll be GG. Worst case scenario, if he survives the Solemn Judgment, I'm gonna Max C. Anyways, he draws into all the answers. So you got 10 cards in hand, and I'm facing 10 cards with 6. So the Feather Duster goes out. I throw out the Max C. He has the Ash Blossom as well, so he counters both. No point in me Solemn Judgment thing this, because there's no point in protecting it. So that it goes. So now my only other interruption. Here I'm still okay because Zoodiac is heavily dependent on the normal summon. He can normal summon whatever Zoodiac, and I'll pop it with Drayden. And he gets his Book of Moon too, so I'm like, wow. I get Book of Moon, and then here's the Fire Formation Tenki coming out with the actual Zoodiac here. And the Pot of Avarice. It's like, shit, he literally drew into every card that he needed with that max seed. I mean, partly my own fault for doing that, but it just made the match a lot more exciting, let's just put it that way, because I had a whole bunch of answers here. And here's where I kind of misplayed, but not really. So he goes into Borbo here, and I can Nibiru him now. And the cool thing about Nibiru is it only kills the face-up monsters, and Borbo has 0 stats. So my Drayden here is safe if I Nibiru. The other reason I Nibiru here is if he goes into battle phase and he attacks me, I can't Nibiru anymore. So I need to Nibiru him now. Which I figure after I Nibiru him, he's kind of screwed, because he already did his Zoodiac line of play. So I figure at that point he can't do anything about it. But he still had, so at that point I was just thinking like, okay, he's still got 7 cards in hand. I figure he's bricked. And he comes out with the Living Fossil, and I was like, oh, that's actually a really good card. because that gives you a second line of play with Zoodiacs. Not only does it give you a second line of play, I think what Living Fossil does is it'll make Draco Future online. So he, instead of popping my Nibiru here, he just hits me for face. Or he just hits my Drayden. Because the idea is if he pops my Nibiru, he's not going to have any materials. So he banishes my Drayden and all my Zoodiac cards. And he basically dumps the rest of his spells. And at this point, I'm pretty screwed, right? Because I just got Nibiru and I got Mekk Knight. But luckily, because he did this, he put a card behind the token. It allowed me to actually summon the Mekk Knight, which gave me an actual chance. Because the Mekk Knight abilities can help me draw more Mekk Knights. Otherwise, I'm kind of like, if he didn't put this card right behind the token, I would have lost then and there. So, I got 2 Mekk Knights in hand. I'm going to play one. Here I'm just going to attack him. The reason why I didn't activate the effect to banish himself and get another card is because I'm afraid if I activate the effect, he banishes and then he just pops the Nibiru with Drayden and I'm screwed. So now I have 2 people that I can hit Drayden with. So I'm just straight up hitting the Drayden in the face. He didn't pop me, I don't know why, but because I hit him, I got banished, which is fine. I was gonna sack the Nibiru into the Drayden anyway because of the banish. So realistically, I would have popped the Nibiru and then take the extra damage, because that would banish my Mekk Knight, and then I just really wouldn't have another chance. But because of that, I just hit it just to see like if it'll do anything. But anyways, there's the Mekk Knight banishment. So he's gonna come back. Yeah, I draw another Mekk Knight here to try and get some more card advantage. He Book of Moons me, but the effect still goes through, so that's really good. And then here I picked up the 2 Mekk Knights. This one on the left, Yellow Star, pops a spell, and Red Moon pops a monster. Not looking that bad, but I have a 2500 defense on the table. It's his 7 cards versus my 4, and then he gets the Pot of Desires too. And then this is a Zeus right here. I'm just expecting Zeus right there. Realistically, I think he misplayed that by going into Tiger Motor first, because he could have gone into Kong and then go into Tiger Motor, and then he can swing me in the face for 3600, or he can swing me in the face for 3200. And that would have ended the game as well, but he didn't. And that's one of the other issues with Zoodiac is you're not very likely to OTK people. But anyway, here comes the Zeus. I think he was just in a hurry to get out the Zeus, so he didn't like that Tiger Motor was a misplay basically. And I win by the skin of my teeth here, so that's why I got very lucky. So here, he still didn't learn his lesson from the first time. So he plays another card behind the token again. So I'm wondering if he's not reading the Mekk Knights or what. But he plays another one there, so that gives me a chance. If he did not play that card, I would not be able to play the Mekk Knights anywhere. So realistically, this is more like I misplayed by. Actually, I got arrogant by taking the Max D challenge when I didn't have a kill. But my opponent misplayed 2 or 3 times and I got lucky. And I get the perfect card to counter him here with the Raigeki. So I summon one. He Solemn Warnings him. The reason why I summoned this one is because I'm trying to pop one of the traps in the back. That way I can do that way when I do Raigeki, realistically it doesn't matter because I'm trying to force out the Zeus's effect, and then after Zeus uses his effect, I'm gonna use Purple Knight's ability to dodge it. Once Purple Knight dodges the effect, and the Raigeki kills the Zeus, I'll be ahead because I have Purple Knight on the field. So that's the plan to counter Zeus. Anyway, so he Solemn Warnings me, which is fine. I just throw out another one, and I was planning to pop Zeus here. So I was planning to pop Zeus with Red Moon, and I realized this only pops people in the same column. So Raigeki goes out. Raigeki will basically forces the Zeus to use his ability. Realistically, he wasn't really gonna use the Zeus ability, or it makes no sense for him to use the Zeus ability because Purple Knight can dodge, and he's the one with the board, right? I don't have a board, so there's no point in him using the Zeus's ability on me until I basically Raigeki him. Because if he doesn't use the Zeus on me, he's gonna die. So he uses Zeus's ability. I'm using Purple Knight to dodge. He has an infinite impermanence coming out right here. So that blocks me in. Purple Knight dies, but so does Zeus. Basically full board clear. And now we're actually even, 1 for 1, but I'm bricked. So super awkward that I'm bricked. And it's his turn. So it's basically all the worst, like, it evened out, but I'm kind of bricked and it's his turn, so he has a slight advantage on me. Here, if I draw a magic card, I believe I win. And I don't draw a magic card, but I draw a zoodiac. I'm going into the zoodiac line of play here, and I do make a mistake of going right into Tiger Motor as well. But the thing is, my graveyard has no Zoodiac monsters, minus the Ram. So it's a 500 damage difference. By the time I realized it, it was too late. So at that point, I just resigned myself to if I missed lethal by 500, I deserve it. 400. Anyways, he max seeds. And he max seeds, so I'm just like, okay, I'm not taking the max seed challenge a second time. Because all I need to do here is go into Zeus. So I give him one card by going into Zeus, and then whatever he plays down, I'll use the Zeus effect and wipe his board and then hit him for face. That was my win condition. Didn't happen. Zeus comes out. It's a solemn judgment. It's like, crap. Okay, we're still bricked. And it's one card for one card here. Opponent is also bricked. If he drew into a Zoodiac, he can kill me. Because, does he have all Tiger Motors in the grave? 2 Tiger Motor. It depends on how many Tiger Motors he's running. But, I believe if he does draw into a Zoodiac, I won't die. I still won't die. That's just the Zoodiac's lack of OTK potential. Because he can, even if he re-equips with Tiger Motor, he can max do about 3200 damage. Which is where, like, the Tiger Motor mistake before, which is where the Tiger Motor mistake from before comes in. But anyways, he's bricked, so I draw the kill here with the Whip Tail. Super lucky, and basically it tells me, hey, don't even against Zoodiacs that I'm very familiar with. Zoodiac's actually the first deck I ever played in Master Duel. Even then, like, don't take the max seed challenge because of the number of crazy hand traps and responses your opponent can get. But yeah, surviving through a full max seed, very lucky there. Good thing I didn't take the max seed challenge a second time because he had the solemn judgment. Okay, thank you guys all for watching. Dotemchi signing out.